You're listening to the AngryMarks Podcast Network.
Welcome to Jordan Garber's World. I am your host, Jordan Garber. Tonight's guest is Deonna Purrazzo. She was recently at TNA One Night Only as she went against Brooke Tessmacher. She is a big up-and-coming star in professional wrestling, and we expect a lot of good things out of her in the very near future. Here's my interview with Deonna Purrazzo. You're a young wrestler in the business, just broke in over a year ago, I think. Let's get right to it pretty much. How did you get trained, and tell us how that went?
So I had always been a wrestling fan growing up. I started watching with my twin brother when I was 9, and from then on I saw the women, and it was just something I had to get into. So my mom had always told me, when you can, have a job and afford a wrestling school, then go for it if it's still what you wanted to do. So December of 2012, I found a wrestling school right here in Jersey. It was about 20 minutes from my house, and I went one Thursday to their practice, and I signed all the papers, and it's been just about 2 years since.
Awesome stuff. And you trained at D2W Pro Wrestling Academy, and just describe how it was like being trained by the Jersey Devil and Damian Adams.
Yeah, so D2W, it's a small, I think the building that we're in was the old Wharton High School. So it's like an old classroom kind of feel. It's just big enough for our ring. It's really small, but training with the Jersey Devil, he's such an intimidating guy to look at, but he really has like the biggest heart, and he just wanted the best for me and for all the students that we have at the school now, and he's just been really like a wealth of knowledge. He trained with the Wild Samoans, and he's traveled the world with them, so he's just great. And then Damian Adams, I adore. He has done everything there is to do. He knows so many people. He trained under Rip Rogers when WWE was affiliated with OVW, so he was down there for 3 years in Kentucky, and he's just one of the best. I say like he is a carbon copy of Rip Rogers. If anyone watches any of Rip's stuff, everything that Rip did, everyone that he trained, I get trained the same exact way. So it's been really beneficial to have those two different styles where Jersey Devil is more of the hard-hitting, and he doesn't care so much, I don't want to say for psychology, but more of the move set and things like that, where Damian teaches me psychology and how to get a reaction through telling a story. So I think training at D2W has really given me a good feel for the overall sense of pro wrestling, not just one style in particular.
Well, and for the interviews I've done in general, I always ask the talent that I'm interviewing, how was their experience getting trained for those first few weeks like? And for yourself as well, how was the first few weeks training? Was it what you thought it would be?
The first day that I trained, Jersey Devil was there. Damian wasn't, and he just had me bump the whole time. So it was him and Sean Bennett, who actually is a ref down in NXT now. He helped train me a lot, too, before he got called down. They just taught me how to bump the first day, and I thought it was okay. I just kind of went into it like guns blazing. I'm going to do whatever they wanted me to do. I'm naturally athletic. I ran track. I was a cheerleader, a gymnast, all that. So I was like, whatever they have me do, I know I can do. But just your body getting used to that kind of abuse takes a while. So the first few weeks I was like really sore, and I didn't want to train because I was like, oh my God, I'm just going to get hurt more. I don't want to do this. Once you get over that initial like pounding your body takes, it's fantastic. And just training with the guys really helped me too, because I'm aggressive. I'm not, if you get in the ring with me, I'm going to be intense no matter if you're a girl or you're a guy. So the first few weeks, it was just about getting comfortable But once I kind of found myself, it became so much easier for me to be there and to love it.
And we'll go on about the TNA question later. And which is, by the way, just to make a quick point, is that you've only been in the business for over a year, and you already got a call up to do a TNA pay-per-view, which is obviously impressive to put on your resume as a start as well. But before we get to that, so you finished training. How did you go about finding work? I know obviously how wrestlers find work with different promotions, but how was your style doing it? How did you reach out to get booked on different promotions?
Again, Damien has been doing this for so long. I want to say this past August was 14 years for him. So he has luckily for me as his student, and he does this for all his students, it's not just me. He reached out to a lot of people to get us bookings. He had me email dozens and dozens of places, just, the basic, like, hi, my name's Deonna, this is where I'm from, this is who trains me, I'm just looking to get some extra work. If there's ever an available position on your roster, I would love the opportunity. I sent a match and a picture of myself, and I got some bookings that way, but a lot of it was just word of mouth and people that Damien knew willing to give his trainees a chance. For
sure. And you wrestled on TNA one night only against Brooke. How was Brooke like before the match, and were you really nervous because this was your first national exposure in the business? What did Brooke did she teach you anything, or did you guys just go about the match and have a good match?
I was really lucky to have done at P2W a seminar with Pat Kenny, who is a part of TNA Creative now. And Rob was there, and Robbie E. was there, who was also really good friends with Damien. So they were looking for an extra girl to be on the pay-per-view, and through them seeing me work at that seminar, that's really what got me the opportunity, because I am so new. So I'm really fortunate for that. It was just really pure luck, knowing the right people at the right time, and having him, have faith in the little work that I could do. So when I went down there, Brooke was she knew how nervous I was because I had met her before, and Rob was there, so I was happy that there were familiar faces. But I wasn't sure, camera angles and things like that, you don't really have to worry about on the indies. I don't really have, a character. I'm just kind of like an extension of myself. So it was hard what character am I going to play? Who am I going to portray? They wanted someone more than just Deonna. So I was really nervous about that. But Brooke just she kind of took me under her wing. That I was there for 2 days. Those 2 days, and just tried to teach me the basics of working the camera and not being as nervous, just being comfortable and being, one of the guys in the back, because I was really just, you want to be respectful to everyone else, and a lot of those people in the TNA locker room I grew up watching had wanted, I wanted to always meet and wanted to emulate reasons why I wanted to be a wrestler. So I was really just like that wrestler etiquette, shake their hand, hi, how are you? I'm Deonna, it's nice to meet you. But Brooke really just told me, be comfortable, be yourself. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, be grateful for it. And she was really just, was a really good mentor to have for the whole experience.
So you're 1 year into the business, and of course this is a podcast. My job as an interviewer is to give wrestlers a little bit more of the spotlight as well, to promote themselves for sure as well. You're a year into this business. We all know that WWE is where you want to go, or TNA, or to say it this way, a way you can make a living off of it as well. Those are the main goals in the business. But we got an interview here. We got a lot of interview time. So pretty much tell the fans what you're all about and why they should bring you to their show, or why they should interview you, or etc. Why should we keep our eyes focused on Deonna?
I guess just if you want to look at it from a resume standpoint, I'm coming up on 2 years in the business. Just this past year is the year I've done shows. So my first year was all training. And just in 2014 alone, I've worked for TNA, I've done the pay-per-view. I've worked for WWE. I had a tryout there too. So I've done a lot. I have a lot of people that believe in me, that are willing to, stick their neck out a little bit for me. for reasons that I feel, are obvious in my in-ring work ability. And I just feel like me as a person, as a wrestler, it's hard because there's so many different things that people want from women. I think I bring back that old school kind of wrestling. I don't do those crazy high spots. And I'm more about character and more about telling a story. So if there's promoters out there looking to book a wrestler, a woman's wrestler, that's who I am. Of course I could do all of those crazy things, but I don't feel it's necessary, especially on this level. It's fun. And I'm just looking to have fun for as long as I can. Because when you make it to WWE or TNA, it's your job. And the people that are up there or the old guys will tell you it becomes a job. It's not fun anymore. So I'm just trying to have fun and have really great matches in the best way that I know possible, and that's telling a story. So, yeah, I mean, anything else, I think what I've done just speaks for itself. I've been to OVW. I've trained down there this past summer for a few days. I've done the seminars with Rick Rogers. I wrestled an hour match in front of Rick Rogers at NYWC with Mike Mondo. I've done a lot of things, and I've been exposed to a lot of people that I don't think women necessarily get the chance to do these days. So if anyone needs any more proof, I would love more bookings, definitely.
Awesome. And from that, you talk about bookings and everything, booking information. Where can fans keep track of you? Do you have a Twitter? Do you have a Facebook? And where can people stay tuned on Deonna?
Yeah, I have a Twitter. It's at Deonna Purrazzo, where I put all my updates. I try to put a little personality into it too, but all my updates on where I'm wrestling, what I'm doing, training-wise. I put videos up there sometimes. Anyone can go follow me there. I do have a wrestling Facebook, the same thing, Deonna Purrazzo. I accept anyone and everyone. Again, all my videos from training go up there. All my matches go up there, and just updates. I interact with everyone. And my booking email is also on all of those. It's Deonna Purrazzo Bookings at Gmail.
Awesome stuff. And pretty much that wraps it up. Is there any last words you want to say to the fans here of JGW?
Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for having me, and hope that I keep you guys interested going into 2015.
Awesome stuff. Thank you, Deonna, for being on tonight.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
That concludes our interview for today. Thank you for listening. Of course, you can keep up with me on Twitter at Jordan J. Garber. You've been listening to Jordan Garber's World on the Angry Marks